Ohio on our line for Democrats. Good morning.
Good morning, Governor Richardson. Good morning.
Good morning.
I know that you know that nobody ever won the presidency without carrying the great state of Ohio.
Oh, I know that well.
And there's a lot of us unionists here that are really backing you. I was a leader in the largest local of the United Steelworkers of America in District 1, the largest local in the state of Ohio. And there's a lot of us here that want to support you. And I wondered, are you accepting PAC money?
Well, sure. I'm not one of the very wealthy candidates, but, PAC money, yes, I am. It's within the campaign finance limits, so I'd be very pleased. And I'm going to Ohio in a couple of weeks. You're right. Ohio is probably the most important barometer state. As Ohio goes, so goes the country. And I know I'm going to get in trouble because there are 49 other states that say that, but the reality is your state that is so big, that has so many electoral votes, that's really a microcosm of America, is critical. And I appreciate that union support. I've always been pro-worker. I've pushed for collective bargaining in New Mexico, union wage, prevailing wage being union wage. I believe it's important that we have fair share. And one of the big problems that our working people have had is salaries, benefits, and their pensions and health care have all been threatened. Wall Street's doing well, but that middle class somehow is so squeezed, and I would try to find ways to be a president that responds to a middle class that somehow is getting less and less.
Governor, our final question comes from an emailer in New Mexico. J.T. Galloway is a third-grade teacher, and J.T. writes, I began teaching in California, and after teaching there 2 years, I moved to New Mexico and have taught here 3 years. I took such a drop in pay that I still haven't gotten back to what I would be making if I had stayed there. Why aren't New Mexico teachers' salaries competitive with other Western states?
When I came as governor, became governor, the gentleman was right. We were 48th in the country in terms of teacher salaries. My first initiative as governor, 6% raise. Ever since I've become governor, we have moved our teacher salary ups to the point that if the New Mexico legislature agrees to my raise of 7.4% for all our teachers, we'll be 27th in the country. The gentleman was right. But I want him to look at the record, especially the last 3 years. There have been periodic increases, but we've also said to our teachers, you got to be a good teacher, and you got to pass what we call licensure standards, accountability standards. You have to stay fresh. You have to keep up. And so we linked those increases with those accountability standards, and I believe our teacher pay is, if the legislature approves what I propose, and I hope they will or come close, we'll be 27th. So we're trying to do better. It's essential that our teachers get paid better, get proper training, get benefits, but also a recognition that they do enormously important work, and they should be refurbished as human beings, not just as treated as teachers. They should get the best information, the best standards, the best opportunity to expand themselves as human beings.
Governor Bill Richardson of New Mexico, thank you very much for being on the Washington Journal.
Thanks for having me.